Alright, so when you get your water samples, you want to be on the side of the pool. Get your samples, you want to hold the vials upside down. Reach about an arm's length in, put the vials upright, and lift them out. That way you're getting sample from down in the lower part of the pool. And I'm going to cap this side, so we're going to use that. And then we're going to fill the small vial to the top line. And then the instructions will tell you to add 5 drops of solution number 1. They're all labeled what number they are. So 5 drops. Best if you hold this straight up and down. That way you get a full drop. And you get an accurate reading. And then you just cap it and mix. Corey, you want to grab like 3 chlorine tablets from back there for each skimmer? So then we're going to put this white background on here, and this is the sample that we need to compare to our color chart. We're looking for an ideal range of 1.0 to 3.0.
Okay.
So if this color isn't matching that, we want to try to get it into that range. So right now we're definitely way low.
Okay.
So we're going to get chlorine in there. That's what we're testing for. So at this point we're going to put 3 chlorine tablets in each skimmer, which chlorine is what you're going to be using for now, the tablets, until the salt system's running. So you're going to want to keep, I would recommend 3 tablets in each skimmer at all times. When they get down to about silver dollar size, you want to throw 3 more in each.
Okay, and how long does that take for it to get down to silver dollar size?
About
usually?
5 days. You're going to want to
Okay.
check them about every 5 days, depending on how many hours you're running the system. So if you're running 12 hours a day, maybe check in 4 days, 4 to 5 days. But try not to let them run out before you get more in there, especially with the heat, because algae will take over real quick if you let that get down for too long.
Okay.
So we're going to get 3 in there today, and then just give it a couple days for it to circulate before you'll actually see a change here probably. It'll probably take a day or 2 for it to run before you see this start to come up. So give it a couple of days, test it, see where your level is. And just to increase the number of tablets if it's still low, or vice versa. If it's high, don't add as many the next time. But right now with the heat, you're probably going to need to keep 3 in there at a time, I would imagine. So the next test we're going to do is going to be the pH. This is the one you're going to need to watch quite a bit. It's going to tell you to fill the large vial to the upper line, and then add 1 drop of solution number 4. And 5 drops of number 2. Not as dark as I expected it. That should be good. Although if them guys came out, they thought, oh yeah, it is actually at the top. Alright, so now we're going to compare over here. So we're looking for ideal range to be down in here for the color, and we're actually up here where I expected. And then that's telling you need to add acid anytime it's high. So that's what's going to be happening with the salt system, is it'll just creep back up here, you'll add acid, it'll drop down, then it'll creep back up. That's going to be the normal, is just adding the acid to it. So to find out how much acid, we would go to test number 3, which would be the acid demand test on this sheet. And that'll tell you to use this sample. And then we're going to add drops of the number 3 solution to this sample and mix it each time until this color drops down into the range that we're looking for. So 1 at a time, and then we remix it. Until it drops down, which will probably take, I'm guessing, like 3 or 4 drops maybe, until we see it get down there. Oh, it's coming down at 2, it already started to change. Alright, the 2 drops got us down to about 7.6, so that brought us into range. Do you know roughly your gallonage? The blueprint said about 26 or 27,000.
I have no idea.
Well, we're going to go by 25, because even if it is 26 or 27, we'll always go with the lower gallonage
Okay.
because it keeps you from adding too much and taking the chemical balance the wrong way and having to go the other way.
Okay.
So we always recommend
You
adding
can always
a little
add.
less. Yeah, you can always add
if you
more.
need it. It's harder to
Because
take
then
it away.
you're not buying other chemicals and, oh, crap, I just went overboard and
Right.
I gotta go the other way. So we'll go with 25,000 gallons. We added 2
Oh my
drops,
God, Sadie.
which are across the top here. So if we go down to here, it's telling us that we just need to add 2.5 pints of the liquid acid. All right. And they also have dry down here, and they have a conversion. 1 pint would equal 20 ounces of the dry acid. So, you know, you just do the math and figure out what the difference would be. We're going to add the liquid for now, but if you change over to the dry, just convert it over if you have to. So it's just telling you to add that. Now that, again, you would add when the filter's running, it's best if the cleaner's running. Add it to the deep end of the pool. If you're adding the liquid acid, you would never want to pour that near any of the benches if you're going to add it to the pool, or the steps, anything that's near the top of the water.
Okay.
That liquid acid, you would want to probably, the best spot would be at the deep end, and if you can pour it out in front of that return, so it's shooting water out, that would be the best spot to add that. We'll add some today and get it going. We'll probably add maybe double that actually, just because I know that that level is going to come back up on you, and that you have the fresh plaster, so it's definitely going to come back up. So to help keep it down for longer for you, so you don't have to worry about it quite as much, we're going to add double what it's calling for. And you may see it, if you test it in 2 days, you may see it low, but don't worry about that. Give it a week before you test it again, because more than likely it's going to be back up again and you're going to have to add more. So we're kind of counterbalancing that expectation of it going back up.